So let's talk about UK business bank accounts, because this is one topic that I do get a lot of queries on. Okay, so establishing your business in the UK generally is a straightforward process, if I'm being very honest. However, the part most people struggle with is actually opening a UK business bank account, especially if you are a non-resident UK director. So in this video, we're going to be talking about some of the challenges that you might actually face. Okay, if you are in this position where you're thinking of, registering your business, getting started here in the UK, or indeed moving your existing business over to the UK, what are the sort of challenges you might face when it comes to opening a UK business bank account, okay, and why? It's important to understand that it's very important for you to try and get a UK business bank account, and that is because the UK business bank account exists so that it can basically help you keep that separation between your personal finances and your business finances. First key challenge you might run into when looking to open your UK business bank account is going to be around compliance checks. Okay, many UK banks particularly are under strict rules and regulations, and this basically has the implication for you as a director of having to undergo rigorous identity checks. You might also be asked to provide way more documentation, especially as a non-resident UK director, in order to prove the legitimacy of your business. So it's going to be important that if you are in this situation or you're getting ready for this journey, do make sure you have a lot of patience, because there are going to be some additional checks, and this is usually as a result of the fact that many of the UK banks are just under a lot of strict and tight regulations. Another challenge you're going to face is around credit scoring. Now, many UK banks rely heavily on your credit score and your history of having a good credit rating. Now, as you can imagine, if you're someone who's a non-resident, it's going to be very hard for you to prove that you have a good credit rating. And in the bank's opinion, they are going to be less likely to lend to you or to open a business bank account for you if they cannot actually testify or validate the fact that you have good credit rating. You cannot actually start to build your credit rating until you are well and truly in the UK, okay? For someone who has been in the UK for a while and you already have an existing UK business bank account, this particular step will not be an issue, because the longer you've been banking with one of the UK banks, the more years you've had to actually prove that you are a worthy business owner who they can borrow, business funding to, and who they can give business credit to if you wanted to do that in the future. Next is going to be language barrier, because this is definitely one challenge that you may or may not face. Okay, I would say that if English is not your first language, this particular challenge is definitely more likely for you to come up against. Now, it's very important that whatever correspondence you receive, whether that's verbal or written, you're able to actually understand it. And the issue is many UK banks will usually tend to have their correspondences in English, although you do have some banks that can issue their correspondence out to you in your native language. Now, if you're in the situation where you're not able to get that translation, or you simply don't understand what the UK banks are saying to you, whether verbally or by written communication, then it's important that you stress this out, not just to the banks and ask for a translator, or you actually work with someone who is able to translate that correspondence to you, because it's going to be important that you actually understand what is being written to you, where you're going wrong, how to actually successfully open that business bank account, because all of this will inevitably lead to the delay of you being able to open that business bank account. Now, understanding how the banking system works in the UK is going to be very important to how easy it is for you to actually open your business bank account. This is because many individuals will often find that the UK banking systems operate significantly different from their native or their home country's banking system. And that is because many a times you will find that the policies and the regulations that the UK banks have to adhere to and comply with are different to that of other countries internationally. Now, some of the ways they might differ might even include in the services that you are offered, i.e. the banking or the financial services that you're offered here in the UK might differ significantly from what you might be able to get in your native country. Other ways that you might find that the UK banking system differs includes how you're able to access your funds within your bank account. So it's going to be very important, crucial even, for you to ensure that you are well up to speed and knowledgeable about how exactly the UK banking system works, and how that's going to affect you and the implications of that and on you as a business owner running your business in the UK. Now, the next thing we need to talk about is going to be this requirement about in-person verification. What this basically means is that most UK banks from time to time will usually want one of the directors at least to be able to come into the branch, okay, so into one of the UK branches for maybe verification purposes, or if they need to query certain things. Sometimes they will actually prefer that you are able to have the director come into the UK branch. Now, obviously this can be problematic if you are a director that is non-resident in the UK, because how exactly could you possibly go into a UK branch if you're not even based in the UK to start with? So this is definitely another challenge that I think quite a lot of people do not often foresee. So it's going to be very, very important to make sure that you're well aware of this challenge being a possibility. Now, the next challenge that you might possibly face is going to be around the restrictions, okay, that many UK banks have when it comes to actually opening a business bank account for certain countries, okay, for people that are based in certain countries. You might find that if you're a nationality or a resident of the UK or the EEA or somewhere within Europe, it might be much easier for you to open a UK business bank account. You might also find that if you're within a country that has been placed under sanction, it is comparatively way harder for you to actually get any UK bank to open a business bank account for you. So as important and as crucial as it is for you to have a business bank account alongside running your business in the UK, I think it's very important to be aware of the possible challenges that you might face. We certainly see it with the clients we work with. So this is just a heads up of some of the things that you might come across. And it's important that you bear this in mind and you are patient, because the process, as we always remind some of our clients, is that the process can be daunting. It can be a long one, but it is definitely worth it if you're able to stick it through the whole process entirely. So hopefully this video has been an eye-opener to you. If you do have any questions relating to opening a business bank account, then please do use the link in the description box below, where you can book a business consultation with us, where we can guide you on the process of opening a UK business bank account specifically for your business. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already done so, please do give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell.